The thought was daunting at first. Anna and her partner were aware that their newborn son, whom they named Herman, would likely face more challenges than their daughters had. The doctors had shared that babies with Down syndrome often encounter numerous health issues. Approximately half of these babies are born with heart defects requiring immediate surgical intervention. There were other potential complications too, like blood disorders including leukemia and immune system vulnerabilities. Despite these fears, Anna and her partner were committed to loving and caring for Herman, no matter what. Their love was already unconditional, though they hoped to avoid serious health complications. When Anna went into labor prematurely, her anxiety intensified. She worried about how they would manage if Herman needed immediate heart surgery. When Herman was born, he was whisked away for medical evaluation before Anna could even hold him, leaving her in tears, fraught with worry. However, not long after, they received unexpectedly good news. Herman's heart appeared healthy, and there were no immediate complications necessitating urgent intervention. While they knew he would need ongoing checks for potential issues related to Down syndrome, the immediate outlook was positive. However, Herman's lungs were not fully strong, necessitating a longer hospital stay to ensure he could breathe well on his own. This news brought a mix of relief and new concerns for his parents as they navigated the early days of his life. When Herman finally came home, his sisters were eager to meet him. Despite his being smaller and less sturdy than they were accustomed to, the family adjusted their handling to provide extra care. Anna and her husband had done extensive research and consulted with specialists to prepare for the challenges Herman might face as he grew, especially in reaching developmental milestones. However, they soon realized that some challenges are unexpected and uniquely personal. From a young age, Herman showed a preference for minimal physical contact. Attempts by his sisters to hug or shower him with affection often led to him pulling away and crying. As he grew older, he resisted touch from anyone, even his own mother. This behavior perplexed and sometimes upset the older family members, particularly when Herman appeared sad or uncomfortable around people. It was clear that traditional social interactions were not enjoyable for him, leaving his family concerned about his confidence and happiness. In an effort to socialize him, his parents enrolled him in kindergarten, but the environment only increased his withdrawal and anxiety. Desperate to find a companion who could bring Herman comfort and joy, his parents considered another approach after a doctor's suggestion: a dog, which might be easier for Herman to bond with than people. After researching dog breeds known for their affinity with children, they chose a Labrador named Himalaya. The girls instantly adored Himalaya, who was playful and energetic, a perfect match for them. However, Herman's reaction was different. Whenever Himalaya approached, he would retreat. Sensitively, Himalaya would try to engage by bringing him her ball, but she learned quickly to back off if Herman showed signs of distress, instead choosing to play with the girls. This dynamic posed a new challenge for Anna and her husband as they navigated Herman's complex needs, still hopeful that he might eventually find comfort in Himalaya's gentle companionship. The addition of Himalaya, the Labrador, had been positive for the daughters, but unfortunately, the hoped-for connection between her and Herman hadn't materialized. Herman seemed indifferent to the dog, and it pained his parents to see yet another area of life where he felt excluded. They wondered if they had erred in not first taking Herman to a shelter to see if he connected with a different dog there. Reluctantly, they contemplated rehoming Himalaya, but quickly dismissed the idea as unfair to both the dog and their daughters, who had grown to love her. They considered the possibility of getting another dog when Herman was older, hoping he might bond more easily then, but for now, they felt out of options. Their focus shifted to making Herman's daily life as comfortable as possible, especially with a challenging event on the horizon. Herman, now 5, was understood by his family to dislike physical touch and loud noises, the latter making family gatherings particularly stressful for him. Anna and her husband had avoided such events for a while, but they knew they couldn't keep altering their lives indefinitely. It wasn't fair to their daughters. For the upcoming family gathering, they prepared a quiet space on a patio for Herman, where he could retreat if overwhelmed. They even installed a security camera so Anna could monitor him without intruding on his space. As expected, the gathering became noisy. Some children invited Herman to play, but he declined, choosing instead to play alone with a ball. Before long, Anna noticed through the camera that Herman was becoming distressed. She felt a surge of pride as he recognized his own limits and retreated to the quiet patio. However, her pride turned to shock when she checked the camera to see what had drawn him away so decisively. Despite Herman's usual disinterest in playing, Himalaya seemed to intuitively understand his need for comfort. In an extraordinary gesture, she followed him to the patio and sat quietly before him. Initially, when Himalaya placed her paw on his shoulder, Herman gently pushed it away. However, when she rested her paws on his feet, he allowed them to remain. Taking it a step further, Himalaya then laid her head gently on his feet. Although she gave him every chance to move away, Herman stayed put, showing signs of acceptance. Over time, he even seemed to appreciate her presence, allowing her to sit close and maintain gentle contact. Anna, watching this through the camera, was moved to tears by the tender scene unfolding before her. This moment marked a turning point. From then on, while Herman didn't interact with Himalaya in the playful manner of his sisters, he found solace in her company, especially when he felt overwhelmed. The Labrador had become not just a pet, but a calming presence and a true friend to Herman, soothing him in ways that no one else could.